I think I would start with Shelby Steele's book on
Mm,
white guilt and his observation, which I think is really has to be understood because I talk about the anti-racism taboo of the mid-60s as the big bang of our moral universe. Everything before was a different world from everything after. And it happened really quickly. Paul Krugman in the New York Times, he writes that piece where he says, one summer, all those homes on Long Island with the black coachman figurines on their grills repainted them white. It all happened suddenly. One summer around 1965, racism becomes a taboo all of a sudden. And this is one of the points is this happens very suddenly, and it's like the civil rights movement, which isn't a Marxist movement actually, not even disproportionately. It's supported more by Republicans than Democrats. This is something that wells up out of the mainstream, somewhat religious, somewhat liberal American culture and suddenly becomes a taboo. I don't think the left intentionally made it a taboo. It just sort of happens. Partly television is emerging. It captures the imagination. So you have this phrase, and suddenly the left jumps on it. You're right. But I think the origin of this taboo is not actually the left. It's just the left uses it. But we have to explain, if we're to explain the rise of that taboo, that's liberal. And it's not, certainly it's not the Marxist left that creates that taboo. The actual left wasn't that focused on race, and in fact, so this partisan review, Susan Sontag, all of a sudden, 1966. This is an organ of the non-Marxist left, the New York intellectuals, still very influential, partisan review, and Sontag is asked to write about race, and she comes out with this whole bunch of stuff. The white race is the cancer of human history. 66. This crazy radical stuff, which sounds very modern to our ears, could have been written by Nicole Hannah-Jones. But all of a sudden things change, and she says, yes, suddenly the Negro is really the symbol of victimhood now. All of a sudden it's happened. Used to be a figure of fun and folly in the past. So you get this sudden transformation, and that's not really ideological. It just happens in the culture. The left jumps on it. But one thing I'd say is, if we take liberals, and we can all talk about what liberal means, I'm going to say people who are not Marxist, I'd say liberalism becomes left liberalism in the mid-20th century. So they absorb a lot of ideas around the welfare state, around social democracy. That comes into liberalism. So it's no longer the Adam Smith, John Stuart Mill classical liberalism anymore. It's what people would call modern liberalism. Those people, I think, firmly do believe in the new taboo and in the new values emerging out of what I call the big bang of our moral universe. So they are true believers.